So the right hand one now is going to show you the kind of position we want to try and get to the backswing. To help you do that, you can stand there, normal grip position. Yeah. Just make sure your hands are a bit more together on the grip. Okay, there shouldn't be daylight really or gap between your little finger of your right hand and your index finger of your left hand. Sometimes you get a little bit sort of split hand, which will encourage that left hand wrist to go that way. Okay, so as you swing the golf club with the hinge first, you hinge the wrist forward and then just push the club away. Now when you look back down to the goal there with your head, that's your backswing. Okay, so the club now you can see pointing up, there's your left arm. Great. If you compare that position to this one here on the left hand side, that was a good move. Look at your left wrist though.
Yeah.
So your left wrist is going down that way.
All over the shop. Yeah.
It's just bending in a different manner to what it needs to. Again, common because people got that flexibility. Now when you do that left wrist, you've got to try and drop down. You can see you're dropping, and look at your left elbow now all bent. And if we look at your arms at impact, this was actually a reasonable strike. The ball goes off the club face nicely, but look how close your arms are to your body. You've had to drop down 6 inches to allow for this amount of bend. Well, if you time that well, you hit the ball well, but up, down, bent, too many movements to try and get together. Okay, so if we can keep the arms there at the normal place, come back to the golf ball, they can just then do this. No need to drop your head at all. You can keep your height there and just return the club back to the golf ball. Now when you put the ball in the way, as to be expected, you'll go back to a little bit, but that is a better left wrist position there compared to that. That looks painful to me. It's like, can't even do it. All right. So as you go back there now, okay. Then as you come back to the golf ball, little bit of a drop there. Drop too much, hit the ground behind the ball, missed it. But it didn't need to drop because the backswing was pretty good. We just kept our height a little bit and just keep the arm swinging back and forth. So you're kind of up, down, not in here and then like to try and drop. And then again, I think you said yourself, when you're gripping on for dear life, you're gripping it tight. You're trying too hard, aren't you? It's almost like you want to do really well. You're obviously competitive and you want to do well at anything you try before. And I think with golf in some ways, it needs to be. It's a sport that doesn't always come naturally. Oh yeah, definitely, yeah. I'm playing 35 years, never cracked it. You never crack this game. You'll get to a level you think you're quite good, and then you come back down again. You try harder and harder again, and then back down again. So it does take a little bit of. It's a game you can never master. It's always like an end game that you're trying to go for that you're never going to get there. You keep trying. Okay. So we can keep practicing there. If you can work on that movement to get to there. If you can just, as daft as it may sound, just get into that hinge up, turn you back to target, and just stay there for 5 seconds. Just think, what does that feel like, okay? And then back to start, and then okay, hinge up, back to start, and then do that. Then without the hinge up and this, try and blend that to get into that same spot if needs be. As I said before, use mirrors. You've got a door frame there. We can stand there, hinge up, turn back. Okay, now try and do it with that. Look at that, and then look at the ball and try and get that same motion so we can just get used to it. It becomes a more natural move to you rather than to think too much. You can almost see yourself getting in your own way because you're almost sort of saying, okay, hinge, bend, lit, and adding things to your thoughts and stuff, which makes it a bit too complicated. Okay?
Totally.